Namaste Sakshi, Telugu Prajala Manasakshi. Welcome to Vastu and Graha Sastra special episode. Today we are back with our expert and leading astrologer Deepika Sangi Gupta Garu, Dr. Deepika Sangi Gupta Garu. Hello ma'am, welcome ji.
Thank you, Prasanna.
Thank you,
How are
thank
you
you.
doing?
I'm doing good, Andy. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes. So, if you have any questions regarding Vastu and Graha Sastra, please feel free to call us. Deepika ji will be glad to answer your questions. So, before we begin the show, and today we are going to talk about most burning and important serious issue in our present society. So, that is extramarital affairs. So, before getting to the topic, Deepika ji, as we all know that, so in our society we believe in one life, one wife, or one husband, but we
Yeah.
have seen many instances recent times on television. So you are also seeing that, maybe I think.
Yeah, definitely. And then a
Yes,
lot
so
of crime also because of this. Yeah.
yes, so exactly what extramarital affairs are related to Vastu and Graha Sastra, can you please understand how can we help us?
See, first of all, for the extramarital affair, there are many things. First of all, it's like your stars also. Sometimes you don't want to get into something, but your stars pull you to do that thing, right? So, and then the most important thing, according to me, is like your upbringing. If your, upbringing is that strong, if you are, connected to your roots, then definitely you won't get into something which is, not at the usual norms of the society. But people today think that there is only one life, there will be no life after this and before this. So we should live fully. If you want to live fully, that's okay. Then don't cheat your partner, right? Sometimes the couples are living together just because of the children. That, we have to do the upbringing of the children. That's why we are living together. So see, everybody brings their own luck, fortune, and everything. Definitely, if you are that sensible that you are, living together just because of your children, then try to make up those differences also just because of them. Like you are living physically, then mentally also try to patch up at that level, that okay, if one person is adjusting a little bit, the other should all also adjust and they should make up. But if you feel no, we can't, then it's better to leave and be clear in your things rather than cheating a partner. This is what extramarital is like, right? You are cheating. So cheating in any kind is not good. This is what personally I also feel, that cheating in any kind is not good. If you're not good, then just leave. Speak clearly and leave, right? So, and definitely sometimes the vastu of some house. See, I have many cases like where people say earlier it was good when we shifted to this house, or when we started both working in the same office if they have some business. Then, the extramarital started. Before that, nothing was there. And when we came to this house, then actually the problem started. And for extramarital, there can be many reasons. There can be high headedness of one person. At times one person is very adamant, so it is tough for the other person to adjust. Sometimes one person is not at all expressive, then also it is tough for other person to adjust. Sometimes the other person is into too much busy with the work, and too much of, I would say that, professionalism, and too much of work oriented, that work alcoholic, that the person is not giving that attention at home. So this also leads to that loneliness, that vacuum in the life. The other person starts feeling that vacuum in the life. So at that time also, the person gets into the extramarital. So definitely the vastu effects, but there the vastu also tells that actually what happened in the house, that's why the one person has gone into the extramarital.
Okay.
Right. So there are, it's a, like when I go for vastu, especially if the extramarital is the reason, then each and every zone has to be checked, and then the true story came out that actually this happened in the past. Because of that, this extramarital happened.
Okay. So how Vastu plays an important key role in extramarital affairs?
Yeah. Yes. See, first of all, the northern side of the northwest has to
Mm.
be checked. That is the zone of, the sexual activities and the attraction. So sometimes when we place, the wrong things over there, when we place some anti products, anti elements over there, then also this extramarital things happen. Then the northeast. The northeast is actually your wisdom, your patience, your intelligence. like how you deal with the matters. So if the northeast has any problem, if there is anti-activity, anti-element, anti-color, then also, the people in the house don't take the required steps to solve a problem. If there is a difference of opinion among husband and wife, or if they are, physically, mentally, emotionally not compatible to each other, then they don't think wisely, and they don't think, they don't take right steps to solve the problem. If the northeast is cut, then southwest is the direction. Southwest is actually the direction of a husband and a wife, their love relationship. So even if the southwest have, anti-color, anti-product, anti-element, then also there can be frictions among the husband and wife. And then the south is the direction of your name and fame. If that is also afflicted, then these extramarital goes into the society and one can have a bad name through that.
Yes. So Deepika ji, can you please help us understand to how Graha Shastra is related to extramarital affairs?
See, in the Graha Shastra, usually, the planets Venus, the Venus is actually your love affairs. Then Moon is also your love affairs. Then Mars is the energy. Sometimes see, there are different kind of people. One has the loneliness, but does not have the courage to do the extramarital. They will only think that I should also go out. Sometimes you might have seen people saying that, I'm so frustrated in my marriage, I'll go out one day, I'll also do some extramarital, and then he or she will realize what they have lost, right? The other person will have the courage, they will go out and do. The next person can have that much courage to go physical in a relationship, right? So there are the stages, everybody is different. So Venus, Venus when connected with the Mars is that actual energy when you go out and create the physical relations also in the extramarital. So Venus, Mars, and Moon, they all are the planets who are responsible for extramarital. And then Rahu is also, because see, the Rahu is a planet of anything which is unconventional. So extramaritals are actually unconventional way of living. Though, like I have been in this field since a decade, I have never seen extramarital going a long way. At the end of the day, yeah, they broke, and sometimes it is very, painful also. But I have never seen extramarital surviving for a long. It's a very short lived happiness, very short lived.
Yes.
Right? So, and moreover, if a person is not, loyal to the partner, how can he or she be loyal to you?
Yes,
Right?
definitely.
When you have taken the oath in front of your parents, when you have taken the oath in front of, in Indians, we take oath in, auspicious fire, and in any of the religion, you see, you take oath in front of the God. In like India, we take think fire as the God, right? And we take oath in front of that. We take, the rounds are taken around the holy fire, and in Christianity they take oath in front of the Jesus. So in every religion, and even in any culture you pick, in Muslims they also take oath that we will be with each other. So when the person is not loyal to all those oaths, then how can he or she be loyal to you, right?
Yes, Deepika ji, I have a question. And so, can we do prediction? I mean, like extramarital affairs, can we predict by date of birth also?
Yes, by date of birth also we can do. See, some numbers are karmic numbers. So those karmic numbers are, more towards this extramarital, because they are bringing a karmic theory with them. So first of all, like in numerology, we say that 11, 22, 14, 16, 19, they all are karmic numbers. Though other numbers also matter. I'm just talking about the date of birth. Any month, like any month, number 11, number 22, 14, 16, 19. So these five numbers are known as the karmic numbers in numerology. And then in numerology also, the people have like Pythagoras theorem, the Hebrew theorem, and then there is Kabbalah. So different forms. So I follow more of Kabbalah. And in numerology also, because of the past birth karmic affairs, yes, one can have. So 14s are prone to extramaritals, 22 are prone to extramarital, 11 usually have some or the other emotional problems, and because of that emotional problems, they go into extramaritals.
Okay.
But definitely the other number in the date of birth will matter a lot, because other numbers also fill the Loshu grid and then we see through that. But this is just very general. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is something they are prone to.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something I'm saying they are prone to. I'm not saying that definitely every 22, every 14, or
Yes.
every 11 will have extramarital. I'm saying they're prone to.
Majority chances.
Yeah, it is like more of the chances. Yeah, any date of birth can go into extramarital. There is nothing like that. But yeah, these numbers, 11s are emotionally very, lonely. They usually have emotional up and downs. And then 22 usually have emotional up and downs. So they are very much prone to the extramaritals.
Right, Deepika ji, we have first caller, Manya ji. Hello, Manya ji. Good evening, and Deepika ji is here. Please ask your question.
Hello, Deepika, Dr. Deepika. Nice to talk to you.
Hi,
First of all, I
thank
would
you.
like to say that I have watched your show and I have made some changes in my home accordingly, and it's going good with me.
Thank you.
So, actually, I have a question about my brother. He is not doing well from some days. Like normally, he's a very jovial person, but recently he's been suffering from anxiety attacks.
Hmm.
So what can we do about it? Do we need to change his sleeping area or do we need to get rid of some things in our house? What can we do for it?
Okay, first of all, tell me, have you done any changes in the northeast of your house? As you are saying, it
No,
has
not
been a
re-
recent thing.
no, not in Northeast, I think.
Acha, okay. If not in the northeast of the house, then where he is sleeping, let me know that.
He, I think he's sleeping in the north.
In the north of the house. Are you sure about the
Yes,
directions?
yes, I think it's north or between north or northwest.
Okay, so if he is sleeping between somewhere in the north or the northwest, then let me know. Does he had some broken affair or something in past 1 or 2 months?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, so yeah, because he's sleeping in that zone only, I would suggest that for some time, if there is some other bedroom, especially in the southern side of the house, then make him sleep over there. Because again, north is the water element direction, and he's emotionally up and down right now. He's feeling anxiety because of that only. So I would say because of the loneliness, he's feeling more of the anxiety. So make him sleep somewhere in the southern side of the house or western side of the house, but avoid western side of northwest or southern side of southwest. Make sure that it's either proper west or proper south in the house. Make him sleep over there, and then I would say that again check the northeast of the house also, that if you have done any changes, or if the northeast is overburdened in the house, then also just remove something, some objects from there, make it a lighter one. Is the northeast like very heavy in the house? So much of the things are there in the northeast.
yeah.
Yeah, so just remove few things, keep the northeast lighter, and then moreover, spread one yellow mat in the northeast. And if he is ready, then ask him to do a little bit of meditation in the northeast of the house.
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay. Thank you
that will
so
help
much.
him a lot, because he has been sleeping in a zone where uh, like there can be some kind of emotional loneliness kind of a thing, because of a partnership. So and you saying that he has just broken his affair, so that's why make him sleep over there. He will find a good partner in some days also, and then he will be doing good also.
Okay, thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for calling, Manya ji. Deepika ji, so I heard some way southeast bedroom is a reason for clashes between husband and wife like couple. So is that true?
No, it's not true. See, Southeast is one of the very good bedrooms until and unless it has really, some anti-objects, anti-elements over there. Otherwise, Southeast is actually the zone of Venus. And in Vastu, in astrology, they all are interconnected, as I have told in my previous shows also, that Vastu, astrology, Ayurveda, three of them are interconnected. So Southeast is actually the zone of Venus. The Venus is the, planet of love. So and the thing which binds husband and wife together is the love, is the bonding. Every couple has difference of opinion, every couple, but at the end of the day, if they make out to a good, so that's good. You have a difference of opinion even with your parents also. Nobody can think alike, and nobody, every individual has their own perceptions, own personality and everything. So Southeast is a very good zone. Just avoid having, blue, black colors over there. If you have a Southeast bedroom, then it's good. Either you keep the paint white or you keep the paint light pink, very, very light pink tone. So it's a very good bedroom for a couple.
Okay. So, Deepika ji, can we say all extramarital relations are related to Vastu and Grahasastra, or only few of them?
No, see, usually when I see the horoscope, if the person is going into extramarital, then definitely, the dasha of Venus, Moon, Mars, and Rahu is activated. Again, as I said, that, it depends, like to what extent you are thinking. Like you are thinking at the very first level, the second, the third, and then sometimes, the people take divorce in the marriage, they, get married to the other person, so the frequency is different every time. Sometimes it's happened that, like I'm telling from all these things from my experience when I have seen the clients and I go for the Vastu visits also, that sometimes, when even a phone call, even if your partner traces your phone call, then you stop at that level, right? Sometimes the person don't stop. They have the courage to tell in the family and they move out of the house also. So there are the different stages, and the house and your planetary position actually tells that at what level you can go in the affair. So sometimes then, I ask the other partner to do some kind of healings, like, getting the mantra job done, or, wearing some kind of gemstones to heal the relationship. And usually, the things get sorted out.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
Deepika ji, Southwest zone is a zone of relationship, right? So,
right.
can we construct some other thing like toilet or kitchen, some other thing like this? So, can this lead to extramarital relationship first?
No, it does not. See, it depends again. First of all, your Graha Dasha is very much important, that what kind of a Dasha you going on. First of all, it should have in your natal chart, it should have the, yogas of extramarital affair. If it is there, then, then the Dasha tells that at what time it's going to happen. So, see, when a child is born, the yoga was still there, but a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old won't get into extramarital, right? It is the dasha which tells. Sometimes, the yoga is when you are born with that yoga, right? Sometimes, the extramaritals can happen just after the marriage. Sometimes it happens in the age of 50s and 60s also, right? So it depends that when your that planet is getting activated, and then at the same time, if in the Vastu also, if those zones are afflicted in the house, then definitely that is going to happen. See, the husband and wife both are living in the same house, but one goes into extramarital, right? So the house is telling that yes, the partner can go out, then the planets tell which partner will go out and to what extent,
Yes.
right?
Yes, Deepika ji. So,
I
as
hope
we
I
all
have made the
know,
point clear.
yes. So, as we all know that you are over a decade, you are servicing people to buy Vastu and Graha Sastra. So, can you please, would like to share any success stories with us?
Okay, so I have seen many stories regarding the extramarital. So, very recently, one of my very, very close friends' husband got into extramarital, and this was not for the first time. Like, earlier also, he has been, because his chart is very much strong for all those things. So, he went into, though very educated, very handsome, all good, and very family oriented. It's not that, and they live in a big, big joint family in India, back in India, but still he went again into the extramarital. The girl was just half the age, and he was ready to leave the house this time. This was the first time that he was ready even to leave the house. So then, I gave some remedies. The northeast of the house, they recently shifted somewhere else. They recently picked up a house and they shifted over there. And after that, all those stories started. So the northeast of the house was totally cut off. So see, when the northeast is totally cut off, then again, you don't have that wisdom, patience to think right. Right. So if the northeast is afflicted, then the person living in that house don't take wise decisions at why, the wise decisions or the right decisions, whatever, depending case to case. So the northeast was cut, the southwest was very much afflicted, and then even the god's idol, they can also create that extramarital energy. Especially if a Radha Krishna statue in the northern side of the northwest will again create the extramarital energies.
Okay.
And even in the southwest. So usually I tell people, don't keep god idols here and there, because the Radha Krishna is actually the symbol of love, the symbol of pure love, right? But the people only take that love. See, they were not married, and when Lord Krishna was, I think either he was 8 years old. After that, they didn't even met with each other. But that was the purity of the love. The people don't understand in this Kali that purity of love. They say that that is a love symbol, love symbol. So love has different stages also. It can be very spiritual love, it can be very divine love. The Meera was having for Lord Krishna, right? The Hanumanji was having for Lord Rama, was a very, very spiritual love, divine love. So
Yes.
love also have, many kind of, there can be many kind of love, right? So people don't understand that. And, so I asked her that go and check some idol over there through his horoscope. I said that you have kept something over there, go and check. And then she found a Radha Krishna idol in the northern side of the northwest. I asked her to remove that idol. So that idol was removed, and I think within 15-20 days we got the results.
Oh, that's
Within
great.
15-20 days. Yeah, these energies definitely work. See, at the end of the day, astrology, numerology, vastu, everything is science, and every science has its own limitations. So see, within 15-20 days we were able to do. And then he was laughing, I know that your friend has done something, right? You might have shifted some things from here and there. So, and the affair broke off completely, and their children are college going, like the son is 25, the daughter is 22, and he went into all those. So he said, yeah, I know you might have taken her help. And she said, yeah, of course. She's at the end of the day for me. So
Yes.
this is one of the success stories. And then now once I deal with like I was dealing with both the families. It was affair within the family only. So and like the boy got involved with the second cousin, and I was like, I knew both the families. They used to come to me for the vastu, for the astrology and everything. And then they told me that this is happening in the house. And one of the girl's parent, they renovated the house and they changed her bedroom and they shifted her in the northern side of the northwest. This is also one kind of a myth that make the marriageable girl sleep in the northwest of the house. So this is not the right way, because northwest is actually the zone of commodities, and girls are not commodities. You don't have to sell them. You want a good boy for them, you want a good family for them. So this is also one of the myths. So just hearing from somewhere here and there, they made her sleep over there, and that triggered the emotions. And they started meeting, they were going together for some classes, and then they get into the affair and everything. And finally the things got better. Like the girl was like I told her, make her sleep in the southwest of the house, and things went good with them after that. And the boy was already married. He was already married.
Okay.
So yeah, so then I healed the stars. I told them few remedies, and the things went good.
That's great.
Yeah,
You did.
definitely. Yeah.
So, and another my question is, mirrors in bedroom also reflects of relationship in couples. Is that right?
No, this is also a myth. The mirrors in the room does not reflect that. If they are in the wrong direction, they can give health issues, but nothing to do with the extramaritals. So mirrors, this is also one of the myth that while you are sleeping, your image should not reflect in the mirror. So this is also a myth, nothing to do with that. The mirrors in the wrong zone. The mirrors should not be in the southern side, southwest side, western side. One should avoid these directions for the mirrors. So if they are in that zone, then they create the health issues. That's it. Nothing more than that. They have nothing to do with the extramaritals.
Okay. So, Deepika ji, marriage is a sacred promise between two souls.
Yeah.
So, in extramarital affairs, both women and men, both are victims. In some cases, sometimes men, sometimes women. So,
Yeah.
how can we prevent this?
See, first of all, I would say that, make the house as much as possible according to the Vastu. Don't sleep in the negative zones. See, if you are sleeping in the eastern side of southeast, or if a couple is sleeping in the southern side of the southwest, or if the couple is sleeping in the western side of the northwest, then, these zones definitely create lot of problems among the couple. Lot of problems. So just see in which zone you are sleeping. For a couple, the southeast is good, southern side of southeast is good, south is good, southwest is good, east is good. And again, it depends what profession they are. That is again a different thing, different story. But sleeping in all these zones is good. If you are sleeping in a negative zone, then definitely what stars you are born with hardly matters. Definitely there will be the frictions among the couple. So just avoid sleeping in these zones. Always keep the northeast of the house clean. See, just like a human brain. See, human brain is the most sensitive part. If the brain is good, everything is good. The body keeps on working because the body takes all the, direction from the brain only, right? Similarly, in the house, the northeast is the brain. So if the northeast is afflicted, if the northeast is having some negative activities over there, or anti-color over there, or anti-elements over there, then definitely they will also create. Like, keeping this anything related to the, any books or any idols, something related to this extramarital or sex. If that is in the northeast, then the whole house will get into all these things. Every member of the house will get into all these things.
Okay.
So they will start thinking that this is the right thing, because the people today think in the Kalyug that this is the only life, I should live it to fully. Hardly matters what, like if it is giving me happiness. Even I read so many quotes on Facebook that people keep on saying, whatever makes you happy, do that. But people have stopped thinking that you cannot do it on the cost of other person. Right? And then this is what the karma theory is, which I usually explain in my shows, that we sometimes think that during this life I have not done bad with anybody, why this is happening with me? This is what you are bringing from your past world.
Yes.
Right? So one should be very cautious. Do whatever makes you happy, but don't do at the cost of others. Right? So just do, if you are not happy in the marriage, say bye to the person, but don't cheat the partner, right? This is not the right thing. Then you are creating a karmic theory on your own self.
Okay.
Right? So it's better to, always do the righteous thing. This is what the Buddha has taught us. This is what the Mahavir, this is what the Ram has taught us, right?
Yes. Yes, Deepika ji. So can you help us any Vastu remedies to avoid these extramarital affairs?
Okay, first of all, don't keep God's idol here and there, and especially Radha Krishna. People keep Radha Krishna idols here and there. Sometimes your stars are very good, that if you have kept everything going well. But sometimes when the stars are negative, or the stars are, the dasha comes of the planet, which can get you into the extramarital, then these idols can really create a lot of impact on your mind. See, what is actually the Vastu do? The Vastu is actually, see, it is your surrounding. So whatever surrounding you are living in, it creates an impact on your thoughts, on your brain, and everything on your body. Like if we are always in a surrounding where everybody is crying, then we also become depressed, right? When you go to, you go to anybody's death or something, you definitely, the energy level goes down, right? You are in that sad environment. But when you go to some, occasion, or you go to a temple to, celebrate something, then you are a different level of energy. So that is also the Vastu do. So don't keep God idols here and there. Lord Ganesha's idol here and there can also create, because see, Ganesha is again the obstacle remover. So if it is in the wrong, zones of the Vastu, then it can create the obstacles. right? So don't keep Ganesha's idol. And then the third Vastu tip, never keep Ganesha's idol on the, main gate, especially on the door, above the door. It is said that if it is a south facing, then this is a Vastu remedy, putting two Ganeshas together like this. So this is also a big myth. Never keep the Ganesha's idol there. He is a god. He has to be worshipped. So he's not your, doorman or something, right? So you cannot place Ganesha on the door, right? So don't keep Ganesha on the door, and then keep the northern side of the northwest very, very clean, because that is actually the zone of attracting all these energies. So, just keep that. And then for young children, I would say they should never be sleeping in that zone, because if they are sleeping, then they get very much easily prone to all those, pawns and everything, because that energy keeps on triggering them inside.
Yes.
So never sleep in that zone. A couple's bedroom over there is good. Don't keep negative colors over there, like avoid totally green color in the northern side of the northwest. And then keep the southwest of the house very, very clean. Never keep plants in the southwest, because they also bring a lot of negative energy among a couple. So
Right.
never keep the plants in the southwest of the house. In the interior, I'm talking. If it's outer, you have a garden and everything, that's perfectly okay. In the interior side, I'm talking. Yeah.
Right.
So
Thank you
just
so much.
avoid.
Thank you so much for spending your valuable time here. Thank you so much. The time is up. Yes. The next
Yeah.
episode will be more. Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Right. We'll be back next episode of Vastu and Graha Sastra. Keep watching Sakshi, Telugu Prajala Manasakshi. Namaste.